Good morning. We're here at Bamboo Hills. My friend picked us up at the hotel and she brought us here. We're gonna have lunch and some catch up while we're here in Malaysia. She's living here for many years now. Thank you!
You guys wanna go around and then diretso tayo sa ano?
Ito ano to?
Restaurant behind.
Ginger.
And then dun tayo dito sa Butawin.
Siya mo ng friend ko.
What do you want to say?
Here.
The Robinson Village residents is one of the keys to achieve a common understanding. We need to stay that way. How do we compete with our competitors? Because we are not the only providers. We are not the only provider in Malaysia. We are not the only provider in the region.
We're supposed to have 40 minutes.
No, but generally, like,
We have 9,
how is it 2 minutes, 3 minutes? How short or long?
Yeah, that's a good question.
3 minutes, 3 minutes each. 3 minutes each answer. I would say because we've got 9, 3 to 4. Don't worry, I'll try. Oh, we don't have a clock. Oh, we just have that clock over there.
Oh, okay. Keep an eye on that.
Yes.
We don't want to speak
Sort of
No,
because the conversation is
if I cut you, it means that I see that you need more than 5 minutes.
I'm generally not a big talker, so hopefully you won't have to do that. But you never know.
And I need to find more questions for you. I was going to start with you actually. Okay.
Dr. Schmidt sounds much better to start off with.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our session titled Food System Sustainability Business Strategy to Future-Proof Food Security. I would now like to invite our moderator for this session, Mr. Oliver Turchett, Director of Sustainability at Museum Mas Group, to join us up front.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Very glad to moderate this panel today. I will call on our panelists of today. I would like to call the second panelist, Mr. James Leeson. James, I would like to ask you a slightly different angle because we can produce food. It seems not to be so good at using the food. So I understand that most of us might know that 30-40% of the food ends up as waste. Can you at least take us through how your redistribution of food, I think that's how you call it, does support food security? Again, it seems very obvious, but maybe you can take us through a little bit about how it works today, how it can work in the future as well.
Food banks exist in Asia Pacific for how many years already and have been mobilizing food distribution to address food insecurity problems in this region. Go to Australia, it's a very successful food bank network there. The food bank in Vietnam is seeing an emerging progress. They're seeing a lot of growth in their operation. Great food bank in India, in Malaysia, in Taiwan, in Hong Kong, Singapore. Can name there's a lot of food banks in this region that are trying to address the food insecurity problems. However, a number of them are following the traditional method. But the good news is more and more food banks are now starting to stretch their arms and start doing food rescue to really alleviate hunger in those countries where they are operating. In a span of 8 years, we were able to rescue, actually as of yesterday, 10 million kilograms of food, which is equivalent to 42 million meals served to thousands of communities in different provinces in Thailand, Indonesia, and Philippines. And not only we're creating that kind of impact, but there's also an environmental impact on that because we're addressing food waste problems. And so in that 10 million kilograms of food, we were able to reduce the CO2 emission for a total amount of 25.3 million kilograms. And so with this method, we can simply understand that in addressing food insecurity problems, we don't need to buy more food to feed the hungry people. We don't need to produce more food to address the food insecurity problems. There is so much food available in this world for everyone, and yet there is a significant amount of people that still goes to bed hungry. And what we only need to do is to just redistribute those available food that are normally end up in our landfills and produce bad gas, more harmful than CO2 actually, which is the methane gas. So we have enough food to feed the hungry people in this region. And if I may share, 50% of the food waste in the retail industry comes alone in Asia Pacific. So I'm proudly here to share that the success that we have seen in the 3 countries that we're operating, imagine if we can replicate that across the region, multiply that huge impact, I think we can start addressing the food insecurity problems.
Sorry, I'll follow up something on that. But when your food distribution, do you need a minimum size of the food waste so that you can get genuine impact or not?
That's a good question, because probably some of you are wondering about that. So basically, the food that we collect are coming from the retail, manufacturing, hotel, restaurants. So there's a significant amount of food that can be collected on a daily basis. However, for the hotel industry, I'm happy to share that they have been progressing when it comes to their food waste. They found different ways on how to address it. So it's becoming less and less based on our collections in those 3 countries. I'm not generalizing it across the region. And so manufacturing, retail, huge amount of surplus food. And from that alone, we can already feed a lot of communities.
Speaking of the private sector, James, how did you get the buy-in from the private sector? Did you have some magic formula that helped them figure out that it was in their best interest? How does that work?
In Asia Pacific, it's a very diverse region, and cultural sensitivity is also included in our approach. Maybe there are certain approach that could work in Europe or Northern America where you can punish or shame. In Asia, what we did was the other way around. So what we did was we tried to understand the business first. What is their business model? And then we tried to propose to them that we are their partners. We are not someone to judge their business. We are not there to judge how they do things for their business. What we do is we illustrate and show to them what is the problem. So acquiring or encouraging new partners will also require some data to show them that if others can do it, you can also do it. So we just show them, we illustrate everything to them so that they can be encouraged. And once they are encouraged, we try to celebrate every win, because a lot of projects that are implemented sometimes can be successful in the beginning, but the consistency is another ball game. So what we do is we really try to encourage them, and we recognize them publicly. Whenever they do something huge in this endeavor, we recognize them. So it's really a partnership, because we tried in the beginning trying to make them guilty about their food waste, and it never worked. But when we switch our approach in a different format, then it started to work. And so all of the major companies in Thailand, in the Philippines now, we're getting all the huge conglomerates simply because they've seen the success in Thailand. It has worked. So name all the big food companies in Thailand. They're already donating their surplus food. So I would not say that this could work in all parts of the world, but I would say in this region, we used that approach and it worked.
So positive recognition. Now, you were very short on data and technology, because that just baffles me. I still can't get my head around it. How do you manage that? So that's what I meant by, do you have a magic formula? Not so much in how you make them adhere to what you want them to do, but also how do you make it work, basically? How does technology really play a big role, or is it just a gimmick? Or sorry, not a gimmick, but is it just a nice addition, or is it really critical to what you do? How do you develop that? How do you pay for it?
I came from an industry, also came from a company where it is very data driven, and I already acknowledge the power of data and what it can bring to an organization. So that's one thing I brought into the organization. So one thing we did was we applied for a grant that will allow us to create an app to gather all the data on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. So it allows us to create that system. This is not something that we just tell, but we have consistently used that, because I always say this, a lot of companies have their business language, and us coming from a non-business sector, what we need to do to win our partners from the business sector is to understand their language, and their language is all about data. They make decisions based on data, and so they will understand how to work with us when we present how data works in our system as well. And so once they learn that we use and capitalize on data, they realize, okay, they have a better system. We will trust them, and they did.
So basically, they use your system, and that gives them back information on what they have been doing, and that's accepted and people are very happy doing it.
Correct, because they have something to report to their ESG reports, SDG reports, annual reports. They can measure and quantify the impact they have created.
Are you sure they're not putting their, maybe it's a French expression, but they're not putting their foot on the scale when they give a...
Well, we don't know, but as far as we can see, it has encouraged a lot of companies, particularly in Thailand, to start diving into their business model as soon as they started seeing the data that they got from us.
So I'll follow up on that because I'm quite amused. How can you turn positively? How does it work, that data? Because that data shows how wasteful they are, in a way, because you collect quite large amounts of food, isn't it? How does that become positive? Because they're not doing their planning very well now, are they? I mean, they're making money at the end of the day, because I'm sure they're charging for all that food, but it's a lot more food than they're actually using. Are you not afraid? You were mentioning a bit earlier that you're going upstream. Are you going upstream because there's a reduction? Because of your work, you're basically running yourselves out of business?
Yeah, so that's a good follow-up question. So it turned out to be positive because, like what I said, they finally understood where are the gaps in their business model. Like, for example, before they've been purchasing a lot of specific ingredients, they realized they have a lot of waste on that. Now they're becoming savvy in terms of planning whatever purchases they need. I'm talking about the hotel industry. They are now understanding how they are wasting food items before, and now they're becoming more knowledgeable on how they are purchasing those items. And so it's helping them in terms of their budgeting, saving costs. That's why I said it's becoming positive, because we're influencing how they do business just because of the data that we provide to them, which is not available before.
Yes, that was not available before. That's the key element. Before it just went into the bin and that was the end of it. Well, thank you very much, James.
I liked James' ideas. I mean, 3 countries, you can do so much. Imagine we have 193 countries. And while I was listening to you, I was reminded of Amartya Sen's seminal work, which got him the Nobel, which talked about the poor. I mean, there was never lack of food availability. It was the purchasing power. And that, I think, Jon as well as James, they touched upon it. And the whole arbitraging this information using modern technology and data, not as a master but as a servant. I mean, that I think really was a very relevant point which came out in today's meeting.
Good morning. We're gonna check out now. We're heading to Cyberjaya because my friend is going to bring me to this acupuncture doctor. So we're taking advantage before we fly back to Bangkok. I wasn't able to vlog anymore last night. After we got back here to the hotel, we just slept. So it's the last day here in Malaysia. We don't know when we will be back again, but yeah, we'll make the most out of it. I think we did. We visited Petronas. We had a stroll around Chinatown. Successful event yesterday. I'm glad it turned out well. And then met a friend, went to Bamboo Hills, and then I'm glad that we were able to make seeing it this wellness and health focused thing. Hopefully this will help me get better. Our Grab is arriving in 5 minutes, so we'll have to check out. So we just checked out. All good. We're just waiting for our Grab. Seems like it's going to rain. It's getting windy now outside and it's kind of dark. Hopefully it's not going to be traffic. Our appointment is at 9 a.m. So hopefully we have enough time. We've allocated enough time. So the only challenge will be there is if we get stuck in traffic. Hopefully not. We just arrived and we're so early. Our appointment is 9 a.m. and we arrived 8:20. We didn't know that it's not gonna be traffic. So we're just gonna get some drinks and wait for our friend here at 7-Eleven. Let me see what we can get here. I don't know what to get. Tambay sa 7-Eleven sa Malaysia. Our friend is already on her way, so we're just gonna wait for her. She said it will be 10 minutes. I just bought tea. Para hindi naman nakakaya. Buti na lang meron dito upuan. So meron kaming tambayan or else nakatayo lang kami sa labas.
Sabi dyan, like ang rental rate is around 6,000.
Talaga?
Yung mag-rent mo, may 6,000 bucks sa Pilipinas.
Here we go. Neuro Acupuncture and Herbal Specialist. Sabi ako nga. Ito pa. So we're here at the clinic now. This is my first time to get acupuncture, so I'm a little bit nervous. No expectation, but let's see what will happen before the treatment. I'm in the treatment room now. I just finished the consultation. It was wonderful. I love what the doctor said. It said it's all in the nervous system, and that's what she will treat today. This is it. Just finished the first session. I'm still waiting for the doctor. I think there's something else, but that was a very unique experience. Crazy. I'll tell more later. Okay, I just finished my session. It was a unique experience, but it is good. I feel good. I feel I got fixed. I'm still gonna observe what's going to be the full effect of this. So they just gave me an orientation on sitting, lying, using phone, using laptop. That was very helpful and informative. So I'm just gonna fix myself, go out, pay. Actually, my friend is gonna pay for this. You know, this is her gift to me. I'm thankful and grateful. Okay, let me just fix myself. Yeah, this is where it all happened. Ano? Ang tagal niyo naghintay, no? Huwag na lang, pangit man. Malaki ba? Malaki. Furnace. Laki, oo.
Ayaw
Lang,
mo?
pag pumasok kayo ng Jollibee.
Ayaw mo na? Sa laki, nag-discourage sa laki.
Ano kaya nangyari sa gulong niya?
Yun nga eh, baka kasi mas mahirap i-drag na.
We're inside the mall now. We're here at the airport. We're looking for Jollibee. We're gonna have lunch. So Jollibee is inside the airport. We're here now. KLIA 2. There's Jollibee. Ano, may upuan pa. Saya. Having lunch now. We got our order. It's a different taste. I wonder how this will taste. I forgot to order Hubbee hamburger, so I'm gonna show it. Go order sila. So we're done with our check-in. We're inside now. We're so early. Still have 2 hours to go. We don't know if there's anything on our gate. Hopefully there is. What's the after effect of the acupuncture? I feel so lightheaded, and I still feel some little pain on where all the needles were put. It's bearable, it's okay. But I feel so refreshed. I feel like I'm a different person. So it's a good experience. We'll know in the next coming days on what's the full effect of that, and then we'll see how it goes. They also gave me herbal medicines. So that doctor is best known for the acupuncture, and as a neuro doctor, truly understands the nervous system, which is perfect for me, and also with herbal medicines. So I'm gonna try it for 10 days and see what's going to be the effect of it. I'm supposed to go back there after a month, but I cannot go back after a month, so probably in 60 days.
Waiting for you.
Ang arte. Yun lang naman dala niya. Gusto niya may trolley. Arte-arte talaga. Napaka-arte. Arte talaga. Nakasal. We're going to Costa Coffee. That's where we're gonna kill our time. And I'm gonna do a little work. San ka? Hubbie's going there. I'm going there. See you, Bangkok. We're in the process now of planning how are we going to move our stuff from here to the Philippines. I'm gonna miss walking here. We're here now in Shack.
Uy, wag na. Happy birthday, Mackee. Ate, mag-wish ka.
No, happy birthday to myself. I can't think of any other color.
Happy birthday.